straight trip to Riyadh.
It is the upper bracket finals match point for SRGOG. Can our defending champions lock down a clean sweep? Or will the Homebois finally find the momentum they've been looking for the entire series? Only time will tell. For now, doesn't look like there's anything too aggressive happening in terms of jungling. Both sides just proceeding at the typical pace.
So mid lane priority given over to SRGOG with his Kimmy around, so it's going to be a big bit of a nuisance. We should see Amao right about now. It's coming in from purple buff. Good secure on the Little Wanderer for guys too. So keeping up the pace, right? Frederick doesn't naturally clear as fast as compared to heroes like Joy, Hayabusa, Suyo, but in this case, the facilitation is helping him out.
Looking at the emblems, Cram actually went for the Impure Rage. So that's actually going to be really annoying for Vel to deal with. I do not think he wins this lane, and Cram is already pressuring him very hard. When you combine that with the mobility emblems, once again, SRGOG will typically have the numbers advantage.
Tank emblem as well, right? Usually we see some variations where you go for the common emblem for make up for the mana cost, but in this case, the durability is all Cram needs. So guys, bring the taunt onto Ivan, a follow-up with the Tidal Strike, first blood in hand for the Fredrin.
They are so fast. How do you even react to that? The moment guys hits level 4, he goes to the mid lane. I think the goal was Izanami, but then he spotted Ivan and realized, well, this works as well.
And they force out the Purify from Izanami too. There's also the chain CC layering from SRGOG, right? There really is very little room to react to it. Not to mention there is a Kalea who just staggers you for days on end. Vel finally hitting level 4. Izanami though will not have that luxury. The Homebois will be forced to surrender the first turtle over to SRGOG.
SRGOG really loves mass CC compositions. Here comes Amal.
They're forced to penalty zone with the flicker. Amal trying to chase down Stormy. And we eventually get on top of him, but a lot of time has been spent. Cram now finds the backline. There's 3 members of Homebois being controlled. Amal wants to connect this turtle, finds nothing with it. Ivan tried, but it's not good enough. Cram finds the execution onto Izanami as Ivan ends up falling in the front line too. Homebois just could not get a favorable trade.
Getting a single kill on Stormy there is not worth it for the Homebois. They lost the turtle for it, and even a kill onto Izanami and Ivan. They need the Badang especially to remain relevant. The further he falls behind, the more difficult it's going to be for him to actually open up the map. And SRGOG basically played that perfectly, right? They just gave up on protecting Stormy because he's not actually worth that much right now.
That's completely fine. SOD connects, Innocent flickers. No follow-up available for Homebois.
I think that was necessary. Really good decision-making happening for Innocent right there. You might normally think maybe I can try to survive this without using my battle spell, but he also got a short peek at Ivan's presence and knew if I don't flicker here, I am dead.
And Cram, once more, he's just moving out the map first. Mid-lane priority continues to be in favor of SRGOG, thanks to that Kimmy itself. One full level ahead of Izanami.
This is once again a really bad spot. We talked about this even before the series started. If SRGOG is leading the first few minutes, the game is kind of over.
Against a team that generally is slightly slower and likes to be more conservative with their early movements like Homebois, this is an even detrimental position to be in. We just saw the Endless Battle picked up by Innocent. So this lane is effectively over for MelQT. There is no winning angle in a 1v1 scenario. He's not going to get priority anyway unless Innocent lets him be. And SRGOG slowly amassing that goal advantage and now leading by 2.1k.
Homebois needs to make a choice very quickly. They need to give up on part of the map to get some kind of advantage somewhere. I think the ideal would be in the gold lane, just let Vel fend for himself somewhat, but their initial attempt didn't actually amount to anything, and that gave Innocent enough presence to manipulate the wave the way he wants.
And it seems like Homebois, they're stuck on the top side. Not really sure if there's an angle to even go for attempt to steal, but they will try. Penalty zone into a fish crack will do the job. Stormy ends up going down again. Yums on Izanami just to buy time, but Cram arrives as Yums goes down. So guys will walk away with the objective. SOD now connects from MelQT. It's going to be a follow-up though. It seems like he's not going to take it. So SRGOG gives up 2 bodies for an objective.
Normally it wouldn't really be worth it, and yet somehow it feels like it is. Again, Stormy is not worth that much at this point, and Yums is going to be a sacrifice a lot of the time. Skies did not bat an eyelid. He was just on that turtle the entire time as his teammates were falling all around him.
Another move onto Innocent, an attempt made. Aim out, finally finds the electrocution. Innocent going down, traction post. Good dash from Ivan to get away from that.
Okay, that is actually a positive exchange for the Homeboys. That is not a trade that SRG OG was actually able to salvage. And getting a kill onto Innocent will allow them to reset pressure in the goal lane somewhat. It doesn't really do much to even out the net worth lead, but it's a good start.
Yeah. And they will continue to put on the pressure in the bottom lane. Yums, the next victim, is Anami with the collection.
All right, keep doing this. That's all Homeboys needs to do. SRG OG might be willing to trade some bodies, but this is starting to add up to a number that's not really worth it for them in the long run. MLQT, even though he got disrupted somewhat, has not actually died yet. And this Moskov, as we've seen, is capable of doing some impressive things once you get into the later stages of the game. Slow it down, put pressure on, and keep an eye on Yums' rotations, and Homeboys will actually be fine.
And Homeboys are going to continuously do this. Ideally, you want the bottom tier 1, but not getting it is good enough, right? They regain presence on the map. We see the buddy system between Innocent and Stormy sticking together, making sure that they have that big wave clip, but also at the same time able to protect each other. Third turtle now going to be spawning on the top side. Let's see if Homeboys want to contest the objective or once more try to step down on Innocent.
I think at this stage, it might actually be worth it to surrender initial control on the turtle to try and see if you can get a flank going. Looks like they're still going to try and approach from the front though.
Bell does have the flicker too, we've seen that. It's going to use it to the backline. Stormy will flicker the safety as Cram plus Yums goes to the backline to disrupt Homeboy. Sukai still walks away with the rejective. SOD connects, but there's no angle to come in yet. A taunt into traction pulse, pull back, and a tsunami slam guarantees SRG OG 2 kills on top of an objective.
Ooh, the way SRG OG split up that fight was so clean. I want to watch that again just to teach a class exactly all the minute details of their positioning. But Homeboys are actually the ones that are able to trade for a little bit of something themselves. They were able to get the top and bottom tier 1s. MLQT needs to get out though.
Does have Purify, but how much can you save yourself? Gonna use the Purify, a bit of a dash to get away, but just run down by Cram anyways. So all that lead that he tried to garner in that bottom lane fizzled out into nothing.
Ooh, that's rough. If MelQT was able to get out, it would have been worth it. Uh-oh.
They're gonna find under the turret anyway. Brute force through the structures. Ivan tries to keep Innocent away, but now he's gonna get grabbed into the air as Cram plus Stormy is a double buddy system. They split the fight out once more and find 2 more kills on top of that.
Oh, it's so clean. It is so clean every time. It's so clean, it's disgusting, Husky. I don't even know how to describe it otherwise. Homeboys are doing everything in their power to try and trade, to try and maximize efficiency the same way that SRG OG is doing. And honestly, they're not locking themselves as much to a singular playstyle. There is growth, there is change that we were hoping for. But SRG OG just has all the bases covered.
They're gonna try to get aim out too. 1, 2, 3 dashes. Pull back by Cram into a knock-up taunt, traction pulse, and a great sword on top of it. Aim out just got cleaved in half.
Ooh, look away, children. You just watched a man turned into a jar of paste. Right there, SRG OG. At the very least, Amal does get a top tier too. And I think that actually is worth trading his life away, but SRG OG are slowly building up more of a net worth lead. And again, this is not a team you want to see with a goal lead.
Stormy just got the Holy Crystal too. 9 minutes in. We're so used to Harif getting Holy Crystal at 9 minutes, but Kimmy with the Holy Crystal at 9 minutes is also pretty scary.
After dying twice too?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh, here comes the conceal. No, Cram is already there.
And goodbye, Val. Not really sure if he can do much. Peninsula on the portal, but out of the feather airstrike range. Still allows Amal to take out Stormy, but that is pretty much the fight. Lord over the SRG OG. SOD misses. Homeboys on the retreat. Guys catches up. Another taunt, another root, and a mega kill for Fredrin.
I feel like Vel got a little taste of what Ivan felt in game 2. Great set, no chance for the team to follow up. I think in this case it was a little bit too far forward as well. He just tried to throw his body in because he knew he was probably going to die, but SRG OG have been doing such a good job of just cutting fights in half.
This time MelQT will be able to get away, and Excuse me, sir, guys. What are you doing there? They still call it the LQT. Oh boy.
Oh, Cram is just standing there and eating it.
We're not gonna use your Purify. You're not gonna use it? Sure, it will take your life.
Oh, this is so gross. This is so gross. I feel so bad for the Homeboys.
Oh no, Ivan! He misses the engage and Innocent still goes down to the burn of the glowing one. A shutdown and a killing spree for Izanami. But now they bring Ivan back. He escapes the traction post but gets pulled back by Cramp anyways.
This is such a sticky composition. You cannot get away. You literally cannot escape. SRG loves their crowd control. They love it so much. And Homeboys is hating it right now. They are losing so much lead.
Yeah, Amao, an attempt on the Stormy. He doesn't have the jetpack, so he has to connect. They finally find a kill on the Stormy, and maybe SRG's luck has ran out. Amao with a double kill. It's the guys. Not really the target that they want to go for. Holy defense, top and bottom lane pops for Homeboys. And here comes the grab. Purify used to get Milk QT out of that situation. Mid-tier one of SRG goes down. Homeboys finally gets a positive trade.
Okay, finally something good. Homeboys are able to get a reversal here. While the net worth lead is still on SRG OG's side, at the very least there is space to breathe. They were even able to steal the buff away. They were able to take towers, regain map control. This is good, right? SRG OG definitely outstayed their welcome there, and it shows that Homeboys actually does have the damage necessary to take down their frontliners. If Homeboys are able to find the right formation, if they're able to threaten the backline, and especially remove Innocent from the fight first, they actually can win team fights.
They certainly can. And that comes at a very hefty cost in the early game. You know, 6 deaths for Ivan, 3 deaths for Vel. It finally comes full circle. The efforts boring fruition. And then SRG, OG is starting to give respect to Homeboys, right? The lead that they garnered early on now cut down to just a measly 2,000.
Even though the trades weren't the most efficient from the Homeboys, they've been able to do it effectively enough that they're only 2 towers behind in total. And they do have a little bit more space to play on the map. In that previous fight as well, I think Stormy ended up being stuck inside with the electrifying beat, so that helped to remove a source of damage as well. SRG OG has a lot of crowd control. They have a lot of bulkiness, but all of their damage is concentrated into 2 players. So Homeboys just needs to target them, go for the in and out gameplay, get Amal to set up multiple dashes in a single fight, and maybe hold on to Defender Airstrike a little bit longer rather than using it to zone.
This lore fight is not going to be as straightforward as was in the previous 2 games. You have Milk QT on the Moskov this time, right? Oh, the SOD. He threw the SOD bot, so he's not going to join the fight, I guess. Lord for SRG OG. And Homeboys have to retreat. Was that intentional?
I do not know if that was intentional or not.
It's a minor oopsie.
Probably not, yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't translate it too much. It's just a normal Lord. They should have the damage to clear it out.
Tricky thing is they can't really walk out of the base to start whittling it down in advance, so they are guaranteed to lose at least 1 tower here. I feel like Homeboys needs to be very careful of their positioning. They cannot afford to let their frontliners get caught out too easily.
And Surkais is doing work on Izanami. Oh, Cram almost getting a big fat engage. But Yumi's gonna try. Tsunami slam. Izanami couldn't get the better airstrike off. Surkais cancels it. No artillery support as Izanami goes down. Surkais does all the heavy work as Ivan almost gets run down. Top inhibitor falls. Bottom one also goes down. SRG trading upwards once more.
I mean, they get the inhibitor tower and Izanami, but at this point, any sort of positive trade for Homeboys is actually not that bad. Yes, you ideally don't want to lose structures, but that was the first death on Skies the entire game, and it helped narrow the goal difference a little bit if Homeboys are able to continue holding on to a little bit of their base. Their defense is actually not bad. Moskov and Farsa provide them a good amount of artillery, and then Vel is still somewhat tanky as long as he doesn't take too much poke before the fight starts. There is still a chance for Homeboys to bring themselves back into this, but it's going to take a lot of heavy lifting.
Playing from the back foot once again. Gotta take it one step at a time. And we just saw Stormy pick up the Blood Wings. Next Lord up in just a minute in the bottom side of the map with both side inhibitors down. Homeboys will have no choice but to always keep an eye on the housekeeping.
Yeah, it's not a position you want to be in, but it is the position Homeboys finds themselves in. We are 15 minutes into the game. The net worth lead for SRG OG is still only a little above 2K. So again, not that big of a difference notably. And the main targets are still going to be that backline. Innocent is the highest damage dealt in the game by a huge margin.
Yeah, you really don't see it because it happens so fast. But Innocent has reached a stage where he could probably just one-shot you.
It's very scary to deal with a Clint this late into the game. Great Dragon Spear. When's the last time I got the chance to say that item on the cat?
Last time an Irithel was picked up, but even then it's not like a primary item. I hardly remember who buys GDS back then.
It is basically just Irithel as far as I'm aware. I'm probably forgetting something, and the comments are probably mad at me for it. But for now, my old man brain can only remember that.
Yes, even for Homeboys, they want to hold the Lord on their side, but if you are SRG OG, you just say, go ahead. We're naturally pushing waves. I'm not really sure how long Homeboys can do this dance, but they are on borrowed time. Blood Wings for Izanami. Oh my god, wet fell. That's the Smith, by the way.
Innocent is so scary right now. I've been trying to go for the conceal, but Cram just stands there and then it's instantly denied.
Cram is just dancing around them. Lord now in a dangerous spot. Flicker penalty zone. Yums grabs Amao away. Amao still gets in range. Innocent gets Melkut on top of him. That SOD pays off. The guys still gets the Lord. Homeboys, can they get out of this predicament? Izanami just control his life to trade for Stormy. Sakai still alive, gets the taunt on the bell, but MelQT is still alive. And MelQT this time is gonna try and save the Homeboys. Pin Cram to the wall. It's Yums and Cram. Cram flickers forward, tries to get a root, but cannot find the mark. And MelQT is just skewering them one by one by one. 4 dead on SRG OG. Homeboys have found a way back.
Oh man, that is what Homeboys have been looking for. MelQT saw Innocent save the game and he said, I can do it as well. Cram now 1v4. I don't think he can defend this.
Innocent, he's gonna come back out. There's one catapult. Can Innocent clear it out in time? A couple of shots should do the job, but MelQT